What is that?
It's here.
What is that little coffee table book?
It is Marc the Magnificent.
Wow.
By our good friend and peer, Mat Oxley.
Shout out.
Shout out to our good friend and peer.
Good friend. Is it good? Were you reading?
Yes, it's very good. I'm very, very invested.
Wow, you're invested in Marc Marquez?
Crazy.
Color me surprised. Welcome to MotoMouths, the podcast for MotoGP, motorsports, and more. I'm your host, Zoe, and call me Alex Marquez because I reached silver medallion status today.
Okay, that is such a great call out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice one.
I'd like to thank God, Jesus, and also Delta.
Justin Bieber had no idea he was giving us something of that value in that moment, but he did. I'm your other host, also named Zoe, and honestly, I don't really have much else to say other than go read Mat Oxley's book. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, the podcast was delayed because you're reading his book.
Okay, by 6 minutes. What if I speed read, Zoe? Is that okay? Is that allowed?
Did you know that I'm an actual legitimate speed reader?
Really?
Yeah. My brain skips over the unimportant words in a sentence automatically. So I have a lot of trouble reading aloud, actually, because I read so quickly and I skip over so many words that my brain just kind of filters out and says these aren't important. But yeah, no, I'm a legit speed reader. My parents had to get me tested because my teachers thought I wasn't reading books. They thought I was
I want to get myself tested.
Fake flipping through them.
Anyways, so honestly, a lot happened over the last weekend and we're all tired.
Well, I have good news about the season and its length.
What?
It's over.
It is over.
Sad, but
also, oh my God, thank God.
Yeah. Those last two races, it really was oh my God. And then in F1, we have two more and it's oh my God. Three more. We have three more in F1. Jesus Christ.
These last two MotoGP races were a real slog. And I love this sport. And I even was can we be done?
Yeah. I would love to have been done 2 weeks ago.
You know who was actually super done this weekend? Franky Morbidelli. Franky Morbidelli was so done. He didn't even really race right. He was so tired, so over the end of the season, so done with it all that he didn't even look where he was going when going back to the grid before the start of the race on Sunday and just fully crashed into Ella Haikkinen.
Yeah, and then he broke his hand.
He did.
Sad.
So Aleix and Franky have beef down to their DNA.
Why does Franky, I'm seeing Franky involved in a lot of beef. It must be said for somebody who's supposedly very chill.
I mean, he is very chill. He's just also kind of a psycho.
Okay, fair enough.
You know, I think it's less that he's a psycho. I think he's just kind of whatever about it, you know? I think he just kind of does whatever. But yeah, Franky and Aleix have just gotten into it a million times over their careers. And Aleix is not even a full-time rider. And every time he comes back, he and Franky go at it. It kills me.
Love.
So that was honestly, that happened Sunday morning, but that was the vibe of the last week and a half.
Yeah, it was let me break my hand to get out of doing this.
Yeah, what can I do to get my ass to the nurse's office so then I can just peace out and go home?
You know what was really great for that? Having exercise-induced asthma.
The things I would think about doing to get out of going to PE were diabolical.
Anyways, so yeah, we all wanted to go to the nurse's office. We all had a headache.
Yeah, I was always trying to get my nose to start bleeding at the right time, but it would start bleeding just during class. And I was this is not, can we focus for 30 seconds, please?
Yeah.
Really quick, we should touch on the actual race things that happened. So do we want to start with our predictions?
Yes. Okay. I said Alex Marquez P1. Didn't get that.
I mean, you kind of did.
Kind of, but not all the way. I said Marco Bezzecchi P2. Pedro Acosta P3, Fail King Jorge Martin.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
In the most positive way, if I'm being honest.
You said Alex Marquez P1, Furman Aldeguer P2.
Yeah, that was not.
No. Bez P3. And then you said Fabio Di Gianantonio Fail King.
I also said, in my heart, it's a Pecco Fail King.
And you should have gone with your heart.
Reverse curse.
You reverse cursed Pecco?
No, I reverse cursed Digia.
Oh, yeah, you reverse cursed Digia. Correct. You did reverse curse Digia. I was like, you did not reverse curse Pecco.
No, I don't think anyone could.
He's been cursed all on his own.
Like, that shit is layered like an onion.
Shrek.
Exactly. You know who I was Halloween for last year?
Shrek.
Wow. That wasn't a sentence.
Your syntax is fucked.
Oh no. You know who I was for Halloween last year?
Was it Shrek?
It was. But I was hot. I was sexy Shrek. It was great.
Shreksy.
Shreksy. I think honestly, this is our last MotoGP prediction of the season. I think we can just call it a wash.
I don't think either of us did all that good this year.
No.
I am really curious to see. Well, we should do this, I think, next episode where we do our like Crash
season
King
recap.
Yeah, type predictions. But
yes.
No, I don't. We didn't track that shit. We'll do that next season. But it was bad this season, I think, just all around.
I'm just going to make a wild guess.
I think you did better than I did in MotoGP.
But I feel like it wasn't that different. Like, I feel like we were neck and neck.
Yeah.
Real low down there.
A real race to the bottom.
Yeah. And in that, you beat me. So there we go. We're both winners.
Yay.
Okay. So here are the actual results. Alex P1, Pedro P2, Digia P3.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the GP, by the way, Bez started from pole. My goat.
Wait, you got 2 of these correct.
What are you talking about?
One of these correct. You got Raul.
I did not get Raul.
Oh, wait,
correct.
No, I'm thinking of Furman Aldeguer. In my head, Furman Aldeguer and Raul Fernandez are the same person.
That is genuinely one of the worst things you could have said it to me right now.
I don't know what to tell you. I think they're the same person.
Wow.
They both wear blue.
So does like all of Yamaha.
It's a different blue.
Grisini and Trackhouse don't wear the same blue.
It's similar.
Oh my God. We're going to get your eyes tested for color blindness. On a Sunday GP, Bez roared back into P1 to finish. Raul Fernandez was P2. So that was a really, honestly, very cute and fun Aprilia Trackhouse 1-2.
Second win of the year also.
His second podium.
His second podium of the year also.
Yes, correct. You got there. We're both struggling. It's fine. And then Digia P3. What I think is uniquely hysterical and embarrassing about the Digia of it all this weekend is that multiple times this year, Digia is the only reason Ducati still has their podium record.
Yeah.
Ducati has been on every single podium for about 82 podiums. And this year, it hasn't been Pecco except for like 3 times.
Yeah. No, that's not true. He was on the podium a lot more at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but like recency bias, Zoe. Come on.
Sorry.
Bez had a really shit sprint. All of the track houses and Aprilias had a really rough Saturday because they chose the wrong fucking tire. But it pissed Bez off so bad that he was like, yeah, I was so angry. And I think that's the reason I won on Sunday. I was like, okay. And then he immediately turned the corner into his like natural lover boy state of being by winning the race and then proposing to his bike. This is a real thing that happened.
I love
there's a ring and everything. Bez now says that they're married. Do you want to hear what else he had to say about it?
Yeah, please.
He goes, let's just say that right now it's super trendy to get married. And I wanted to be a little bit more trendy because normally I don't follow these things. And I won. So I had to ask her if she wanted to marry me. And fortunately, she said yes.
Your bike can't consent.
So I think it's...
Is he calling out Charles Leclerc?
No, I think he's making fun of Pecco. If I'm being totally honest.
That's even better.
I low-key think he's kind of making fun of Pecco.
I like that answer even better.
Even though I don't think I think Luca is the one who got married more recently. Honestly, it could also be like he has other friends. And so it could be another one of those situations where it's like all his quote unquote real friends are getting married.
He's so girl in his mid to late 20s coded.
No, he is so me. Obsession with like this weird, like kind of underground movie series. Sick of his friends in his 20s getting married.
I want to see the Marco Bezzecchi Aprilia bike Pinterest board for their wedding.
No, I mean, I think they already got married. I think that's it was a real courthouse quick turn thing.
A Vegas wedding?
Mm-hmm.
That's something we call foreshadowing.
You want to hear something else about this?
Yeah, please.
So Massimo Rivola, who's like the Aprilia, one of the big bosses, he and Bez made a bet at the beginning of the season.
Oh boy.
That if Bez won 3 races, he would be able to keep the bike personally.
Okay.
So he did.
Wow, he's gonna fuck that bike.
Yeah.
He's gonna do some stuff that is unholy.
Listen, on some level, if I'm taking that question seriously, I genuinely don't think he would, because I think he respects the bike too much. I am so serious.
Well, he married her first, so who's to say?
Right.
She made an honest man of him.
I don't think anyone could. Something else really funny about this, it keeps going. They were like, oh, where are you going to put it? And he was like, oh, I have this space in my living room. And then he proceeds to give this like very thought out answer where he's like, so right when you enter my house, there's a space in my living room that's really empty. So whenever I come home, every time I open the door and come home, I see that empty space and I know what I'm fighting for at the end of the season. And that's where the bike's going to go. And then he also was like, yeah, I'm not going to put it in my bedroom.
Oh, no,
it's going to go in my living room.
That would go too far.
Well, and you know why it's really fucking funny he said that?
Why?
Valentino has one of his Yamahas in his bedroom.
I hate this sport.
There's layers to this.
I really can't do this anymore, Zoe. I've been really hanging on by a thread, but I think this is a step too far. I thought it was MotoGP, but it might be this.
This might be the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Bez is blowing out the back of that bike, so...
Jesus Christ, Zoe! You can't say those words in that order.
Is my syntax fucked or not?
No, it is. Something's getting fucked.
And it's a bike.
Yeah, but only in the living room.
Right.
Saw me do it on the sofa. It was me.
Not Shaggy.
Caught me on the counter. It was me.
Oh man.
They were banging on the bathroom floor.
It was me.
It was Bez.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, moving on.
Wow. I don't know if we can.
You gotta power through.
I guess. Wow.
Some other news.
Get a houseplant, Bez. Put that in the corner.
You can keep that alive?
I didn't say it had to be real.
That's a good point. He does have a dog. Oh my God. You know, at some point he's going to put that dog on the bike and it's going to be like the background of his phone for the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Put a little Rubik's Cube on top.
Oh, so cute. Bez, we have an idea for you. We have some creative direction you might be interested in.
Interior design.
Okay, some other news from race events. Honda has now exited the Class D of concessions. Speaking of the D. No laugh? Okay, great.
It was too easy.
Listen, I'm the last person to let low-hanging fruit not be plucked.
Correct.
The way that concessions work, it's A, B, C, D. Honda has been in D. I think Yamaha's still in. Most of the other teams are in C, and then I think it's just Ducati that's in A.
Is anybody in B?
No, actually, weirdly.
Okay.
And what's really interesting is Aprilia didn't do enough to make it out of the C class. So
that's very interesting.
Right? But it essentially dictates they have less tires that they can use for training sessions. I think the race riders aren't allowed to be part of testing either.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big win. I think there's a lot of people like, why wouldn't you just kind of like fail a little bit to keep the concessions, especially as we go into a new reg cycle, which I guess fair question. But this is a sport for people who want to win.
Yeah. You don't tank.
You don't tank for a reason. So Luca Marini is the person who got them the final point that they needed, which I think is really cool for him. It's hard. Like, it's not that he's made himself invaluable, because I think a lot of people could have done the work to make that bike better.
He's really immersed himself and endeared himself.
Exactly. He's done a lot of the like soft power things where he's learning Japanese.
Soft skills.
Exactly. He is honestly like really, really focused on helping them make that bike better. That is his whole entire raison d'etre right now. He also put himself through like a torture nexus by crushing the left side of his body for one of their like traditional races. And he's the one who got them out of concessions. It's interesting because Joan Mir, who is a title holder for Honda, there's like a weird, and I'm biased, duh, but like there's a weird way I think about them as who is doing more for the team. So good for Luca. I think it's like Luca. Very exciting. This is also very cute because this meant a lot to Honda. They have a lot of pride. They've had a really rough couple of years, aside from the Marc situation, but like they've been down in the dumps. It's been really upsetting for them and like the history of their time in the sport. So the entire garage was flipping out like they won a title when Luca got up into the points during the race. Like his team, Joan's team, the testing team, everybody was in the garage was celebrating like they just won something.
And that's why you don't tank.
Yeah, because it means things. At the end of the day, things mean things.
Wow.
Right. Look at us.
Can I just say that's so Sidney Crosby 2006 coded, where in his rookie season, the pens were so bad in 2005
they were
and 2006.
so horrible.
And they were all like, there's nothing to play for, except Sid was on the cusp of getting 100 points in his rookie season. And so they're all like, wow, let's fight to get him to 100.
That's the reason we're playing this season.
Exactly. And I think that's very sweet.
And I think like not like sidetrack our podcast into being about Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins. But again. For yet another time. I think that's so key to understanding who Sid is too. And like the way
100%.
He moves through the world and like is a team member.
And is the captain leader he is.
Well, and it's just like, I think he's been captain of the Canadian team for like fucking
forever. Yeah. He's Captain Canada.
He is Captain Canada. All right. Here's another like sad kind of stat. Since Marc, the season had to end, Ducati has netted 2 points in the championship. And that stat continued to the end of the season. And they both came from Michelo Bulaga. And that happened because Bez's crazy stat, demonic GP win stat, also continued. That every time Bez wins a GP, Pecco DNFs.
In the time that Marc has been injured and not earning any points, Pecco has also not earned any points.
Right. Yeah. They're like this.
Is he okay?
No, absolutely not.
Have we taken away the, ropes and materials?
He also crashed in testing. So who the fuck knows, dude? Like,
are we sure it's not like on purpose at this point?
What did we just talk about?
People don't think it's on purpose.
Right.
Anyways.
He got crashed out by Johan Zarco in lap 1 of the Sunday GP.
Forgot about Johan Zarco.
No, like the classic crime. Forgetting Johan Zarco. Quick update on Jorge Martin. And I kind of want to know your thoughts on this. He basically, and they knew this was going to happen the whole weekend, where he was super tired, still in a good amount of pain. And so he went out for the GP and basically was like, yeah, like I'm only going to do half of it. And so what he ended up doing is he saw Johan Zarco wash out Pecco. And he basically went super wide and was like, let everybody go past him. And was just like, I'm using this as a test session. Served his 2 long lap penalty and then retired on lap 14. And I would love to hear what you have to say about this, because on some level, I don't know if that should be allowed.
I hate it, and I think it should not be allowed.
And I think a lot about, I can't remember what race it was, but do you remember last year when Checo
Japan.
retired the car and then they sent him back out just to serve a penalty?
Actually, it was 2 Japans ago.
Yeah. And I don't have a problem with that because it's during a race and things
that's
happened.
Fuckery with the rule book. Like, that's a workaround.
And that should be allowed until it's like regulated against.
Right. This, to me, pisses me off so much because they already are changing the rules of the sport to let things like this get practice time. Right. So you've already altered the sport to allow for an incident like this. You're clearly not well enough to be participating in a race.
And it was really surprising. Like, people were very surprised that he was declared fit, which shouldn't be surprising because MotoGP does that shit all the time.
Had Zarco not washed Pecco out of the race, would you have pulled over? Would you have slowed down? Or would you have potentially gotten into a crash later down the road, injured yourself even more and others because you're not riding at 100%?
That's how people die in this sport.
Yeah, this is not Jorge Martin's practice series.
Right, it's a race.
This is MotoGP. This is a Grand Prix.
It's interesting, too, because I think it's the same kind of thing as the Checo example. I think it was 2 races ago, last race, I can't remember exactly. And Giannini essentially had like a weird tech retirement, and then they put him on his second bike and sent him back out.
Yeah, that's
to
fine.
Like circulate a lap down. And I think that's fine. But I don't love the whole like, just go, like hang out for a bit, come back. And the penalty piece of part of it kind of grinds my gears too, of like the penalty is supposed to be
a detriment
punishment
to your race. Yes.
Yeah. Again, things matter. Like a penalty is supposed to matter.
The penalty, I could really take or leave. I think that it's stupid, but whatever. It's not against the rules to do. I think it is in everyone's best interest to not let people ride in Grand Prix before they are medically fit to do so.
Yeah, but MotoGP's problem is that everyone's medically fit if they can do a push-up without pain.
Right.
The only thing about it is that they could regulate against this in the sense of like, when we see it happen, you're going to get penalized out the wazoo.
You could do this, Jorge Martin. Just don't tell everyone that's what you did.
Yeah, it's like very simple to just be like, I retired. I was feeling a lot more pain than I thought, and I wanted to like take it easy.
You don't have to say, oh yeah, I use this as a test session. Move in silence.
Once again, Jorge's not learned the lesson.
Move in silence.
Stop talking.
God. Because like, listen, if he had just said that, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
No, absolutely not.
I'm annoyed.
No, it was really annoying, if I'm being honest. Okay, that was Sunday. Then the race season was over. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
Wow. I'm going to like have a whole situation and like a fit over the winter because I do genuinely go fucking crazy over MotoGP off season. It makes me
stir crazy,
tear my hair out. F1 off season, I'm like, woo, whatever, I'm free. MotoGP, hate it. There was also the gala this weekend.
Yes.
This is why whoever got P3 in like the championship fight was really interesting. We knew it was going to be Mark and Alex. And it's like, so who's going to get third wheeled beyond belief with these two? So it ended up being Bez.
It did end up being Bez.
Really funny because I think last week, Alex multiple times was like, yeah, like I don't really care who's P3 because whatever ends up happening, there's going to be a photo of me and Mark 1 and 2 in the championship. And I'll just crop out whoever's third. He goes, that photo is going to be in my house.
Why can't Bez be in the photo?
I think a journalist was like, oh, like that's kind of insane. And Alex was like, and it's me and my brother. I'm going to crop that photo. But the funny part was, I don't think the 3 of them were all on the stage at the gala once together. Like very strange, interesting. There was a very, very sweet moment where Mark was getting, officially titled as the 2025 MotoGP World Championship winner. And he like brought his whole family up with him. So he brought Alex and Rosa and Julia up with him. And it was very, very cute. And you could see Rosa was like clearly sobbing. And then I cried.
Fork found in kitchen.
Right. okay, so like two things kind of happened. One, there was video footage of things, and whenever Valentino Rossi came up on screen, people booed.
Good.
People booed and hissed.
I love it.
I think it's hysterical. Like, whatever. We've talked about booing a lot this season. We don't really care about it.
Keep talking about it, apparently. That's another foreshadowing element.
We've talked about it. We will talk about it. But I think it's crazy if you told someone like 6 years ago that Valentino Rossi is the one getting booed.
Well, Marc Marquez wins his 9th title.
Exactly.
Crazy.
That's a wild sentence. Marc then immediately went on stage and was like, we need to respect everybody.
All right, King. All right, polite King. All right, Demi Lovato is saying that she's getting in the studio and recording something after the insurrection.
Okay, Kylie Jenner with your Pepsi.
That's Kendall Jenner.
Whatever. Yeah, I think the biggest story from the gala is that I cried. And there's this like video going around where it's like Marc is, holding the trophy and the entire room is like deafening Marquez chants.
No.
And it's just this like moment where like it hits him. Again, not to reference Matt's book, but Marc has said he's so forward thinking. People say he like lives in the future because no matter what he's doing, he's always thinking about the next thing. He's like, I'm like that in my personal life. Like I could be on vacation and I'm thinking about what I'm doing next week. And
okay, it's like ADHD King.
Slow down.
Slow down, crazy child.
It makes everything he said this year about like, I just want to enjoy the moment. And last year too, of like, I just want to enjoy the moment and like enjoy racing again. And you can see in this moment where everyone is like screaming his name and celebrating him, like he is fully in that moment.
Wow. Vienna really does wait for you, Marc.
Vienna's waiting for you. Always. Mm-hmm. It's right there for you. Okay, so then after the gala, everybody had a day to be hungover, right?
Love when that's built in.
They had some time to be hungover. Not too much time, because testing was the next day. Today. This morning.
Yes.
And Zoe, what's the biggest news out of testing this weekend?
Your favorite little guy, Celestino Vietti,
was on a MotoGP bike?
Was given Franky Morbidelli's VR46 bike to do a little bit of testing on. And they put his number on it. Unfortunately, his blue just does not fucking work with the piss yellow. It's fine. Mm-mm.
Not much does. But it's like, he was so fucking jazzed. Like, he's a very chill dude.
He's so cute.
And he was so fucking excited.
He was like a little Energizer bunny.
Yeah. There's a video on their socials of him putting his like number on the bike. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I don't really know if I'm like excited and like happy or like, and the word they use in Italian is frizzante, which means fizzy. Oh. And I think he's talking about like butterflies, like nervous. Yeah. Oh. And I'm like, oh my God.
Baby.
It's so crazy. I think I just like missed joy. And like I've been so tired.
Yeah.
I needed something like uncomplicatedly beautiful. And it was Celestino Vietti on a MotoGP bike.
Wow.
Thanks, Franky. Thank you for your service.
Wow. How'd he do?
He did come last, but you know.
That's okay.
He was asked Sunday night.
That's not a lot of time to prepare.
He was going to be on a plane Monday morning, and they were like, hey, bestie, what are you doing on Tuesday? He was like,
Getting fizzy.
But very, very cute. It was really sweet. But that was like the best part of my day, if I'm being totally honest.
Wow.
Yeah. We had 2 new rookies out on the track for testing today. One of them is Diogo Moreira, who is the latest Moto2 world champion.
Really went down to the wire.
Yeah. Like figured it out over the weekend and then was like, all right, you're booted out. Get out of here. And he is 21 years old. He is from Brazil, which is very exciting because we're going back to Brazil next season. And he's racing for LCR Honda under the number 11. And I'm very excited to get to know him. He seems like a little cutie.
Love it.
Our other rookie this year is 29-year-old Toprak Razgatlioglu.
Wow.
Spring chicken.
He's a 29-year-old child.
29-year-old on paper, 19-year-old at heart.
Yes.
We all know who Toprak is.
We all know how to pronounce his last name.
Say it.
Razgatlioglu.
There you go. because Toprak has been in Superbike. Furman Aldeguer races using the number that Toprak has always used, 54, I believe. And Furman a couple months ago was like, yeah, if he wants it, he can pay for it. Like, buy
honestly,
it off me.
Respect.
Right. Like,
I respect the hustle king.
Yeah.
He's got that Superbike money.
Totally.
Is there any money in Superbikes?
I don't think that much. Which, like, go off, Furman. Do it. So Toprak ultimately ended up choosing the number 7. And it's the number that his dad always used when he raced. So
cute.
Very sentimental and cute. Okay, here's the last thing about MotoGP for the 2025 season. Jorge Lorenzo was on the broadcast being ominous and spooky. He is apparently, this is wildly unconfirmed.
No.
He is apparently going to be coaching Maverick Vinales next season.
Why?
I don't know. And it's like Jorge refused to to name names of who it was. He was like, things are still being worked out and like contracts. And I'm like, who's paying you? Like, where is the money coming from for this? Maverick definitely doesn't have Jorge Lorenzo money. But like, maybe Gunter Steiner does? Like, does Gunter Steiner have Jorge Lorenzo money?
Oh, we've got Jorge Lorenzo money at home.
Babe, we've got Jorge Lorenzo at home. And it's like your magic 8-ball.
With a matcha.
No, it's a Dubai chocolate matcha.
Right.
Man loves Dubai. It's crazy. I'm just like so baffled by this. And they were interviewing Maverick about it later. And Maverick was like, yeah, I just feel like I have a lot to learn. And I think Jorge's... And I'm like, what is going on?
Is this a hostage situation?
Like, what is going on?
Is he J-Lo's mail order bride?
Honestly, who knows? Is this how Jorge Lorenzo recoups his losses on the Ferris wheel?
We're asking the questions that people want asked.
I'm just tossing it out there. Yeah. It's funny because I think he maybe saw Casey Stoner like popping in to just do like a quick
check-in with Pecco.
Clean house with Pecco. And he was like, I can monetize that.
Let me get somebody down on their luck.
He was right.
He's inducting Maverick into an MLM.
100%. 100%.
He's his downline.
And that's that on MotoGP 2025, Zoe.
Case closed. Done and dusted.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? We won't see anyone butts on bikes on tracks until like late February.
Sad exclamation point.
I know. What am I going to do?
Well, we'll keep talking about it, I'm sure.
Talk therapy works, right?
Yep. CBT. Cock and ball therapy.
Anyways, on that note,
I think it's time to head over to the Great Wide World of Motorsports.
I think it is.
So it was, a week off. Everybody's getting ready for Vegas.
The pig.
The pig.
The pig. We're on our way to the pig. My friend Emma, who was over a couple weeks ago watching a race, she was like, I think I want to spend the off season learning all the tracks, like the shapes, and kind of memorizing them. And I'm like, oh, that's sick. And I was like, I feel like there's a couple I definitely feel like I know. Like, I know Baku. I know Monaco. I definitely know Coda.
I know Suzuka.
Oh, I definitely know Zandvoort.
Yeah.
But I don't know all of them. And
right.
then I was like, I know another one I know.
Yeah.
The pig.
The pig. If you wrote that the Las Vegas Grand Prix and the money laundering sport was shaped like a pig,
it would be too on the nose.
Your editor would tell you to take it out.
No, it's too on the nose.
So my least favorite thing about Vegas is that everybody starts coming to America and ingratiating themselves in American culture. And I don't like that at all.
Honestly, our culture oftentimes is best left alone.
Why is Lando Norris at a Raiders game?
What?
He was at a Las Vegas Raiders game.
The Raiders?
Yeah.
Ew.
I know.
And I don't even like football.
No. I didn't even say this, but at the top of the pod, I should have said, hey, Daniel Ricciardo, horns the fuck down, motherfucker. How about them motherfucking dogs?
I don't really have anything to say to that.
We kicked the shit out of Texas.
Okay. I'm glad you're happy.
I am happy. So that's football talk for the episode.
Should we do our predictions really quick?
Yeah, let's do our predictions because then there's other stuff that isn't relevant to next week.
Max P1.
Yep.
I'm calling it. Yep. Max P1.
Yeah, we need something good in life.
I do really just need something.
He's good at this track. Does he like it? No. Is he good at it? Yes.
No, I love that he's good here and he hates it.
Yes.
I think it's supremely funny. Hold on, I'm looking up who won. Oh, last year, George won it.
Oh, I forgot.
Max was P5.
That's hilarious.
George, Lewis, Carlos.
What?
Charles. Yeah.
I don't remember this podium at all.
Did I black that out?
I think so. Wow. The fuck?
Yeah, because Max won it in 23.
Okay.
Damn.
I don't know what's going on over there.
It's hell on earth, is what it is. Okay, Max P1, George P2, Charles Leclerc P3, Fail King, Lewis Hamilton. I think his season is going to keep on keeping on.
Yeah. I'm going to go Max P1, Charles P2, Carlos P3.
All right.
And Fail King Lando Norris. I'm praying on his downfall.
I won't say anything because I know what happens when I...
Don't say anything.
When I potentially put potential names as potential kings.
Right.
So we've had a week off and, you know, people have been busy traveling. They've been coming to the States. But what I think is ridiculous is the topic people just can't get enough of during this off week.
The tip of everybody's tongues.
Is Lando getting booed.
So that they love it like I do?
No, they're treating this as if it's like a war crime, to the extent that a former F1 team manager, Peter Windsor, says that continued booing of Lando could, quote, lead to something nasty.
My happiness?
He says somebody for Liberty needs to say, this has got to stop. It gets worse.
Okay, keep going.
We need to get all the top drivers in some sort of video saying, no more booing. This isn't good. He keeps going.
Okay.
We need to have the so-called rivals with their arms around each other saying, we're all friends here. It's absolutely terrible. And for people not to respect Lando's ability, they might as well be watching another sport because they've obviously not been watching F1 with any sort of detail. Isn't that bonkers?
2 questions. 1, can I assume that this man is British?
His last name's Windsor.
So I'm going to say yes. 2, has he been watching F1 in any sort of detail?
I'm guessing no.
Let's say this. I think that everyone needs to grow the fuck up.
I think if you are...
How old is this man?
73 years old.
73? Babe, you could have been invading Normandy and you're worried about Lando Norris getting booed? Your generation fought the Nazis and you think that this is what is worth your time and air, breath?
I mean, it's more like his generation went to Vietnam, but I take your point.
I don't know how old people are. Wow.
You know who else had commentary on this whole situation?
Who?
Previously unemployed F1 driver Checo Perez.
Oh my God, of course he did.
He scolded fans at his home race for booing Norris. I don't think that's nice, obviously, to be booing the guy that won a race. Didn't know we were a sport of nice people.
Somewhere on the world, Sebastian Vettel gleefully thrusting his forefinger into the air while getting booed to hell and back is weeping over the fact that they've castrated his beautiful, beautiful sport.
Like, I agree, but also Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton are right there.
No, truly. Like, well, where was this outrage?
Where was this outrage when a child who was committing crimes,
sure, fair enough,
was getting treated like a fucking satanic panic? And where was all of this when Lewis Hamilton was being demonized simply for being black?
Well, we know the answer to that.
Right.
And I think that this guy, Mr. Windsor, and his little illegitimate country with his little illegitimate driver should shut the fuck up.
And that's that on that.
Let's let the grown-ups watch F1, since clearly you need to be watching F1 Kids and or Sesame Street. Actually, man, I think Sesame Street might be too advanced for you because there are people of color and Muppets of color in that.
Listen, cognitive decline hits hard.
Really? I'm sorry that the booze is like triggering your sundowning. You and my good enemy, Donald Trump, would get along swimmingly.
I think he might enjoy that.
And so would Lando.
All right, moving on. Fuck. Moving on. I had multiple like real life friends tell me about this, which I thought was funny.
Yes.
Red Bull's 2026 launch is going to be in the charming and sunny locale.
Tropical locale.
Some might call it tropical, of Detroit, Michigan. And it's going to happen in like February.
Listen.
I cannot wait for these fragile European flowers to experience a Midwest winter. And it's going to be a really bad one this year, apparently.
It's going to be a really bad one. The whole North is going to get it bad. Listen, do I know that Ford is from Detroit? Yes.
If you don't know this, Detroit is Motor City of America.
Of American automotive manufacturing. It is also the city that auto manufacturing left and ruined and time forgot. So I'm just like, listen, just because that's where like Ford was started doesn't mean we have to go and do the launch there, you know?
So here's the thing. Detroit was massively fucked over by the downfall of the automotive industry. This is true. However, there are still quite a few manufacturers that have a foothold, just by no means the way it used to be. And just like manufacturing in the States is radically different today than it was 40, 50 years ago.
Is Ford's headquarters even in Detroit? Like their corporate headquarters? Let's look.
I bet officially yes, but I bet most of leadership sits in LA or New York.
It's in Dearborn.
Oh, that's not too far. I mean, listen, even outside of the automotive industry, Detroit's been on the up and up in the last couple of years. Like there's a lot of work happening in that city that is like trying to bring
people
in life
and, like, back.
The legacy of the city.
Yeah.
And like not trying to like dogpile at all, but like most people know the only thing they know about Detroit is that it's cold and that it's like decrepit because of the fall of the automotive industry.
And that went bankrupt. That was such a big thing that happened in 2007.
Yeah, true. Huge thing. Very important thing in the history of the city. A lot of fucking people still live there.
Yeah. Huge
and
city.
A lot of people who still live there have very close ties to the automotive industry. The entire state of Michigan is built off of it. And there's a lot of fucking people in Michigan. It's a really interesting like culture and city and place.
I understand. You and I both grew up in cities that have very close ties with one or two major companies that kind of shape the culture of where we live.
Yeah. I just think a lot of people forget about Detroit, and it's not just a place that's empty and dead. It's a place that people still live, and like the whole state still has this passion for automotive.
And they do suffer through the winter and the fact that the Red Wings aren't good anymore.
So am I going to go to the launch? I don't know. Is it open to like people to go? If it is, I might.
I don't believe they are.
I know. I feel like they're just going to stream it and like put it on YouTube.
Speaking of corporations, just to touch on discussion from last week, the John Elkann blunder was so bad that my dad called me to ask about it.
Ooh.
Because he read an article in the Wall Street Journal about it.
Wow. In the journal?
In the journal.
From Wall Street?
From Wall Street.
What did your dad say about it? What was his take?
He was just like, who are these people? And then he said, is this Lewis Hamilton any good? And I said, yes, he's the best to ever do it. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah.
Yep.
We have this conversation like once every 3 months where something happens. He asks me, is Lewis Hamilton good? And I say, he's the best he has ever done it.
My dad and I have a variation of this conversation, and he's just asking who people I grew up with were.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this is my friend Liza. I've known her since I was 11. And
who's
so
Madeline? And who's Madeline? Anyways, the last thing in the great wide world of motorsports is that we can just call McLaren Ella Enchanted.
Elaborate.
They have signed Ella Haikkinen.
Oh, yeah.
To the McLaren Driver Academy. This makes their third Ella in their McLaren Driver Academy.
Yeah. Okay. I saw this on Twitter, and this is very much not my comment, but I thought it was very, very funny and also correct, because a lot of people are up in arms right now about like the nepotism of it all.
Listen, when your dad is Mika Häkkinen, I think it's okay.
Well, and someone on Twitter said this. They were like, listen, if it's nepotism that gets a talented female racer into F1, I don't have a fucking problem with that.
Or that gets her extremely successful and wealthy father invested in F1 Academy.
Right.
don't have a problem with
any problem with that. This is why I'm like, Nico Rosberg, please let your daughters race.
No, truly. Yeah. So we've got Ella's on Ella's with Ella Steven, Ella Lloyd, and Ella Haikkinen.
Ella cubed.
Yeah. Also, she looks so much like her dad. Shout out to girls that look just like their dad.
Shout out. Wanting your number.
Wanting your number. Solidarity.
All right. Well, so we've got Vegas next week. Wow. This week.
Wow.
And then Qatar and then Abu Dhabi, right?
Yeah.
God.
We're almost there.
It's insane that we're racing in December.
I don't like it. I guess that brings us to the grid as ... which for the uninitiated is a moment in our podcast where we categorize a handful of riders and drivers from across the great wide world of motorsports. Here's in place thing, idea, concept, and in honor of Vegas, I thought we could do iconic Vegas things.
I love it.
Would you like to go first?
Yeah. I don't know if this qualifies, but I think it does.
Mm-hmm.
The VR46 Academy is Ocean's 11.
Okay. I think that qualifies.
Yeah, that's an iconic Vegas movie.
Yeah.
I just love ensemble casts, and I think they're funny. Jorge Lorenzo, that pyramid, you know?
Pyramid scheme.
Yeah. And ominous and weird looking. And then, honestly, I don't know why I feel this way, but Furman Aldeguer is the Sphere.
Okay. So the Sphere is Max Verstappen to me.
Okay. I think you and I have very different like vibes of the Sphere.
Well, Max was a Sphere.
Now he has one.
Yeah, exactly.
I see your point.
And then I was going to say that I think that Fernando Alonso is one of the Tigers from, or just the Penn and Teller show with the Tigers. I just feel like he would vibe.
Yeah.
And I feel like he would own a white tiger like that.
No, he totally would.
And Lando Norris is the game of Russian roulette because I would like him to play it.
Okay. And we're going to leave that there.
For legal purposes, that is a joke.
Oh, man. We got to watch Vegas this weekend.
Maybe it'll bring us joy.
Here's fucking hoping.
All right. Well, on that note, that brings us to the end of our podcast. Make sure to come hang out with us on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and YouTube. And make sure to like, share, rate, review, subscribe to, comment on, engage with in any way, shape, or form on the podcast. We really appreciate it. And let's keep chatting soon.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.